Hey guys, my name is Georgia. Welcome to Zinnia Line. Glad to have you here tonight. It's the first class here, so just to let you know a little bit about how I like to do my classes. I do enjoy intention, so my classes are guided by those. They are not forced. They are not anything that you have to do, but they are just something that I enjoy having in my classes to help guide my practice and pass that on along to you. So tonight's intention is going to be Upada Drishti. Now, Drishti is that gaze point that we find during class, whether it be the tip of the nose, in between the brow, if we're doing any kind of postures that involve the toes, it might be the big toe, the thumb, or anything like that. So that would be Drishti. Any kind of gaze point. You might even find it's like you find like a little speck on the ground that you can stare at, or something on the wall, or anything in your surroundings that you can actually really focus in on and use. But tonight, Upada Drishti is more of the inward gaze. So we're going to really focus on going within ourselves and within the body and really focusing and paying attention to that. That can be either with the eyes closed, during some of the practice. I don't recommend that on all the postures, just for safety reasons. You can also do an inward gaze with maybe just taking like an inventory of your breath, really focusing on where is my breath right now? Am I breathing the way I should be? Am I really connecting to that breath of movement? So I just, invite you to do that if you would like. If not, you can choose an intention of your own. Always give the options of gratitude, self-acceptance, self-care, anything, that if you would like to use an intention, to use it. And if you don't want to use an intention, please feel free not to do so. So we are going to come into child's pose to begin. We will take the knees wide, toes to touch. Extend the arms forward, allow the chest to melt onto the mat, followed by the head. Really use this opportunity to connect to the breath here. So if you would like to soften the gaze, you can, or close the eyes. Really deepen the inhale right off the bat. So we're going to inhale and exhale. Feel free to connect to the Ujjayi breath. If you would like, with the inhale through the nose and exhale out the nose. If not, form any kind of breath and movement that you like. We'll stay here for about 3 more rounds on our own, setting and sealing any intentions that you desire. Last breath here. On your inhale, really press into the palms to come into a tabletop position, stacking the shoulders over wrist bones, hips over knees. We're coming into a few cycles of cat-cow here, so spread the fingertips wide, really press away from the mat and press firmly into the backs of the feet. We're going to inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze towards the ceiling. Exhale, really round to the spine, find that navel to spine connection, allow the head to grow long. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, really round through the spine, navel to spine connection. Lengthen the back of the neck. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, really round through the spine. 2 more like that. We're going to inhale, lengthen the collarbone. Exhale, really round through the spine. Good. We're gonna inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, rounding through the spine. On your inhale, return to that neutral spine position. We're gonna tuck the toes, send the hip points back and up, coming to your downward facing dog. Really pressing into towards the heels, towards the back of the room. Pressing into all four corners of the hands. Lengthen the back of the neck, gaze towards the belly button. Taking the navel up and in. Really roll the shoulders away from the ears, gliding the shoulder blades down the back of the body. 2 more breaths here. On your inhale, either step, float, or hop to the front of the mat, stepping the feet in between the hands, lifting up halfway. From here, we're going to exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, palms facing. Exhale, arms by the side. Moving through a few sun salutations here, we're going to inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Find that internal rotation of the arm bones. The hands can be touching or they can be separated. Exhale, fold from the hips, touch the ground if you can. Otherwise, you can have your hands on the shins, on the tops of the quads, or even on the tops of the feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, lower down, coming into your plank or half plank position. So for plank or half plank, you can have the knees up or down. If you're going to go into plank, you want to be here. If you're going to be in half plank, have the knees down. So coming through plank, we're going to exhale, lower down halfway or all the way down to the mat. Then we'll inhale, lift up for cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. We're going to inhale and exhale. Inhale through the nose. And either exhale out the nose or out the mouth. 2 more. Inhale. On your exhale, really take that navel to spine. Lengthen the back of the neck. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, step or jump the feet in between the hands, lifting up halfway, coming into that flat back position. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, palms facing. Exhale, arms by the side. And again, we're going to inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. On your exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back into plank or half plank. Really taking that navel to spine, not allowing the belly to drop. Lower down halfway in your chaturanga or all the way down to the mat, lifting up for cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Spread the fingertips wide, finding that internal rotation of the arm bones. Lengthen the back of the neck. Imagining pressing the quads towards the back of the room, striding those heels down towards the mat. Two more breaths here. Last one. Really make sure those shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. Inhale, either step, jump, float, or hop to the front of your mat. Lifting up halfway to that flat back position. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, palms facing or touching. Exhale, arms by the side. Moving on to sun salutations B. So inhale, sink the hips low, take the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lifting up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back to plank or half plank. Lower down halfway to chaturanga or all the way down to your mat. Inhaling, lifting up for cobra or up dog. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, downward facing dog. On your inhale, step the right foot in between the hands. Pivot that back foot to 45-degree angle, lifting the arms up overhead for warrior one. Make sure the torso is directly over that front knee. Exhale, frame the foot. Right foot comes back to meet the left, lower down. Inhale, lift up for cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot now, so we're going to inhale, step that left foot forward. Pivot that back foot to the 45-degree angle, pressing through the knife edge of that back foot and lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, frame the foot. Step the left foot back, lower down to chaturanga all the way down to the mat. Inhale, lifting up for cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. For 1, 2, make sure you're not jumping into the shoulders. 3, 4, and 5. On your next inhale, step, jump, hop, or float to the front of the mat. Inhale, lifting up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sink the hips low, take the arms up overhead, chair pose. Exhale, arms by the side. And again, on your inhale, sink the hips low, take the arms up overhead, chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank the hands, step the feet back, lower down, plank pose. Chaturanga. Inhale, lift up for cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On your inhale, step the right foot forward, pivoting that back foot to the 45-degree angle. We're going to inhale with the arms up overhead. Exhale, frame the foot. Right foot comes back to meet the left. Lower down from plank to chaturanga. Inhale, lift up for cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the left side, we're going to lift that left foot in between the hands, pivot that back foot to the 45-degree angle. Inhale, lift up for warrior one. Exhale, frame the foot. Right foot comes back to meet the left, lower down. Inhale, lift up for cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Gliding the shoulder blades down the back body. Pressing firmly into all 4 corners of those hands. Gaze towards the belly button. Really allow the breath to be deep here. On your inhale, either step, jump, hop, or float to the front of your mat, lifting up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, stick the hips low, take the arms up overhead, chair pose. Scoot the tailbone forward. Exhale, arms by the side. Moving on, we're going to inhale, reach the arms up overhead, chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, lower down halfway. We're going to inhale, lift up for cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. This time when we inhale, we're going to lift the right leg up high, and on the exhale, draw it through center, placing it in between the hands. Press firmly into the ball mound of that back foot. Stay here if you'd like to in this high lunge position. If not, ensure that your knee is stacked over your ankle at all times. Lift the arms up overhead if you would like to come into the full expression. We'll be here for about 5 breaths. Really draw energy up from the earth, feeling the body, using that breath, finding that gaze point, either outside the body or turning it within. Pressing that ball out of that back foot. On your exhale, we're going to come and open up into warrior 2. So keep that knee stacked over the ankle alignment. Press into the knife edge of that back foot. Arms expanded wide. Shoulders relaxed away from the ears. And breathe. For 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. On the inhale, sweep the arms back overhead. Press into the ball of that back foot once again, coming back in a high lunge. On the exhale, coming into revolved lunge, take the right hand back, left arm goes forward. Rotate the torso towards the right side of the room. Maintaining that knee over ankle alignment at all times. Roll the right foot under. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, frame the foot. Right foot comes back to meet the left, lower down. Inhale, lift up for cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll take about 5 breaths here. Really finding that navel to spine connection. Lengthen the back of the neck. Always keep the length in the back of the neck. On your next inhale, lift the left leg up high. And on the exhale, draw it through center, placing that left foot in between the hands. Stay on the ball mound of that back foot. Again, option to stay here for your high lunge. You can keep the fingertips down into the ground if you feel more stable there. Really activate the quad and the back, that right back leg. We'll inhale, lift the arms up overhead if you like. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Find that internal rotation of the arm bones. Scoot the tailbone forward slightly. On your exhale, really expand through the chest, coming through warrior 2. Press firmly into the knife edge of that back foot. Roll this left hip under. Allow the shoulders to fall away from the ears. Knee over ankle. Once again. We're going to inhale, coming back to high lunge. Sweep the arms up overhead, coming onto the ball mound of that back foot. Exhale, opening up to the left side of the body. Left hand comes back, right arm goes forward for revolved lunge. Raise your breath. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, frame the foot. Step that left foot back to meet the right. Lower down. Inhale, lift up for cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 deep breaths here. Pressing into all 4 corners of those hands. Trying to send those heels down towards the mat. Imagine trying to press the quads towards the back of the room. Glide the shoulder blades down the back of the body. On your inhale, make your way to the front of the mat. Lifting up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sink the hips low, take the arms overhead, chair pose. Exhale, arms down the side. From here, stay at the top of your mat, we're going to come into tree posture. So for tree, you're really going to root down first to that left big, in all four corners of the left foot. So really important to find your gaze point here. You can have your hands either on the hips in this position, you can have them up overhead. I'm trying to make sure that you can see me in the camera. So whichever you choose, if you want to have your hands on your hips, great. If you want to have them up overhead, you can even have them in Anjali Mudra Namaste. Really root down through all four corners of that left foot, drawing energy up from the earth. Foot can be placed on the inside of that ankle, above the left knee, or all the way into the inner thigh. Choose your gaze point. I have a nice candle lit here that I'm using to help maintain my focus. Tailbone drawing down towards the earth. Really focus on steadying the breath. On your next inhale, bring that right knee back through center, and on the exhale, release it back down to the mat. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway, lift, flat back position. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, lower down. Inhale, lift up for cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. On your inhale, make your way to the front of the mat, lifting up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, palms facing. Exhale, arms by the side. Right side now. So root down through all four corners of that right foot now, really using that big toe for leverage. You're going to take that left foot either to the inner part of the calf, above the knee, or all the way into the inner thigh of that right leg. Never putting it on the knee. So hand positions where you like them. You can even have Anjali Mudra at the heart center. Lift the arms up overhead or wherever you would like. Find your drishti. Find that gaze point. And breathe. Really drawing the tailbone down towards the earth. Activating that quad on the right side. On your inhale, bring that left knee back through center. Exhale, release it back down to the mat. We're going to inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lifting up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, lower down. We're going to inhale, lift up for cobra or up dog. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll do about 5 breaths here. Glide the shoulder blades down the back of the body once again. Always maintaining that length in the neck. Good. On your inhale, make your way to the front of the mat. Lifting up halfway when you get there. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, palms facing or touching. Exhale, arms by the side. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, lower down. Inhale, lift up for cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to inhale, reach the right leg up high. And on the exhale, bringing it through center. Again, staying on the ball mount of that back foot, coming into that high lunge position. Knee over ankle alignment. Lift the arms up overhead if you would like. 5 breaths. Really activate the quad of that back leg. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Bring them back into the sockets. On your next exhale, pivot that back foot to the 45-degree angle, opening up to warrior 2. Again, stacking that knee over the ankle. Expand through the chest. Gaze over the front fingertips. Inhale, coming through high lunge once again. Exhale, rotating the torso towards the right side of the room for our revolve twist. Connect to the breath. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Internally rotate the arm bones. On the exhale, pivot that back foot once again for warrior 2. On your next inhale, hinge forward. And on the exhale, coming into reverse warrior, take the right arm back and up, gliding that left arm down the back body. Really ensure you're pressing firmly into the knife edge of that left foot. Inhale, come through center, warrior 2. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, frame the foot, step the right foot back to meet the left, lower down, chaturanga all the way down to the mat. Inhale, lift up for cobra or up dog, roll the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, downward facing dog. Five breaths here. Find that navel and spine connection on every exhale. Really taking that navel up and in. On your next inhale, step that left foot in between the hands, coming into that high lunge position. So from here, option again to stay down all the way. Really press into the ball mount of that back foot, knee over ankle. Sweep the arms overhead if you like. Really reaching those fingertips up towards the ceiling. Finding as much length in the side body as you can. 2 more breaths here. As your jaw clenching, release it. And on your exhale, expand through the chest, coming into warrior 2. Press into the knife edge of that back foot. Stack that knee over ankle once again. Good. Roll that left hip under. Draw the energy up from the earth. On the inhale, transitioning back into that high lunge position, ball mounted that back foot, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, rotate the torso towards the left side of the room for your revolve twist. Breathing deeply. Maintaining softness within the body wherever you can. If you find yourself clenching within the body, send the breath there to a vital release. On your next exhale, pivot that back foot coming back into warrior two. On your inhale, hinge the hips forward, take that right hand, gliding it down the back leg, left arm comes up towards the ceiling for warrior, for your reverse warrior. I might have called it warrior three earlier, I'm sorry. Inhale, coming through center, warrior two. Exhale, frame the foot. Right foot comes back to meet the left, lower down. Inhale, lift up for cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Two more breaths here. Really spreading those fingertips wide, pressing into the mat, gliding those shoulder blades down the back of the body. On your inhale, make your way to the front of the mat, lifting up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, palms facing. Exhale, arms by the side. From here, we're going to start to make our way down to the mat. I'm going to move my mat a little bit closer so you're going to see me even better when we're down on the floor. So whichever way you find it possible to make your way down to the mat, please feel free to do so. We have about 20 minutes before Shavasana. And we're going to do a couple of bridges, do some abdominal work, and a few things like that. So the vinyasa portion is now over, and we'll come lying to flat on our back. Grab your block if you have one. If you do not have a block, that is okay. If you do not have a block, you just take your hand and press it into whichever leg that we're on. If you do have a block, take the block, press it into the right leg. If not, use your hand. Flex that right foot. Extend the left leg out long and the left arm up overhead. So from here, we're going to inhale. And on the exhale, take the left hand towards the left foot. It's really an isometrical type crunch. So we're going to inhale to extend. Exhale, bring it all in. Really pressing the lower back into the mat. Lengthen the back of the neck. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to lengthen, using that hand or that block for leverage. Exhale, bring it all in. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, bring it in. Even lifting the tailbone slightly off the mat. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, left hand, left foot. Gaze will be up towards the ceiling. Two more like that. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to lengthen and exhale. Inhale one more time and release. Switching sides now, so the left knee is going to come in and will be bent, and the right leg will be up long. The more I stay around, you'll understand. Sometimes, okay, a lot of times I get my lefts and my rights confused. So you'll have to bear with me. Left hand comes into the top of that quad or to the block. Extend the right arm long above the right leg is long. We'll inhale really deeply. And on the exhale, really press that lower back into the mat. Inhale to extend. Exhale, lower back comes into the mat. Inhale, extend long. Exhale, bring it in. No tension in the back of the neck. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, extend. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, right hand towards the right foot. Losing count now, so I think it's 2 more. We'll inhale to lengthen. And the exhale, right hand right towards the right foot. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, release. Take the block, place it to the side. Coming into Supta Baddha Konasana, just to release slightly. Lengthen the tailbone down towards the end of the mat. Allow the arms to come by the side, or they can even come onto the belly for a moment. You can really use this time to soften the gaze and close the eyes to find that Upada Drishti, that inner gaze. Maybe a time to reconnect to the breath. Two more breaths here. On your inhale, close the knees like a book. Step the feet hip distance apart, both knees bent, coming through some bridge variations. So first we'll place the hands outside the hips. We're gonna, on the inhale, find that internal rotation of the pelvic floor up towards the ceiling, so hip points up towards the ceiling. We'll inhale, lift up, press the hands into the mat, hold. Knees over the ankles once again. Keep that length in the back of the neck. If at any time you need to lower back down, please feel free to do so. And release. Take 2 breaths right here. And then we'll go back up. On the inhale, scoop the tailbone, take the hip points up towards the ceiling, ensuring the knees are over the ankles. Gaze towards the ceiling. Try not to turn your neck as much as you can. Try to keep the gaze upward. Good. On the exhale, allow the hips to descend back down towards the mat. For one of the last postures in this bridge posture, we are going to interlace the hands behind the back if possible. If you cannot interlace your hands behind your back, just maybe try to reach for them more energetically than anything. So we'll inhale, scoop the tailbone up towards the ceiling, hip points towards the ceiling. Scooch the shoulders underneath the body, lengthening the shoulders away from the ears, drawing the knuckles towards the heels as best you can. Gaze up towards the ceiling once again and hold. Knees over the ankles. Breathe. This was so tough for me when I first started. And it just shows me how the ability of yoga has strengthened my body throughout the time that I've been able to practice. And I'm eternally grateful for that. And release the hands from behind the back, allow the hips to descend back down towards the mat. One last variation, and this variation will extend that right arm up above us. We'll press into all four corners of both feet to be able to get up and like scoop the tailbone up towards the ceiling. And then we'll have the left hand outside the left hip, and then we'll extend that left leg out long and hold. And release. Take that left foot back down to the mat, hips come back down to the mat. Right arm comes down towards the right hip. Left arm comes up above the head. Same as before. We'll inhale, scoop the tailbone up towards the ceiling. Really find a secure place where you're rooting down through all four corners of that left foot. Lift the right foot, point the toe. And release that right foot back down towards the mat. Allowing the hips to descend back down towards the mat. Hug the knees into the chest, wrap your arms around the shins, nose towards the knees. Relax the shoulders. Give yourself a nice big hug. And when you're ready, and if you'd like, you can start to rock and roll up and down the spine to come back into a seated position. If not, transition up to a seated position in the way you feel is best for your body. Once there, we're going to come into Janu Sirsasana. So we're going to take the right foot into the inner thigh of that left leg. We're going to do revolve head to knee. So left hand is going to come on top of that left shin, ankle, peace fingers around the toes. We'll inhale with that right arm up. And on the exhale, take it up and over. Roll that right shoulder back and down, allowing the left to drop. Really expand through the chest here. Start to stretching out the body before Shavasana. Plug that right shoulder into the socket. Don't allow it to creep up towards the ear. Softness in the back of that left knee. We'll inhale, lift that right arm up. Exhale when we get to the top. Switching sides now, so right leg comes out long. Left foot comes to the inner thigh of that right leg. Flex the toes towards the ceiling. Right hand comes to the top of that shin, ankle, or peace fingers around the toes. We'll inhale, lift that left arm up. And on the exhale, take it up and over. Left shoulder comes back and down, allowing that right to drop. Again, plug that left shoulder into the socket. Really relaxing that left shoulder away from the ear is what I'm talking about. You don't want the shoulders coming up and encroaching upon the ears. There is a slight engagement in the lower abdomen. With each inhale, see if you can lengthen a little bit further. And with each exhale, reach those fingertips a little bit further past that toe. Inhale, lift up. Exhaling at the top. Grab a strap if you have one. If you do not, there are options. We're going to extend the legs out long in front of us, coming into Paschimottanasana, or forward fold position. So feet will be flexed up towards the ceiling, maintaining that softness in the backs of the knees always, guys. You do not want to hyperextend or lock out the backs of the knees. So if you have a strap, take it around the base of the feet if you need it for tightness in the hamstrings. If not, the hands can come onto the shins, the ankles, peace fingers around the toes, or clasping around the outside edges. We'll inhale, lengthen, really tall. Exhale, nose down towards the shins. Again, glide the shoulder blade down the back of the body. Lengthen the back of the neck. Release any tension. Allow yourself to come into this space. Another great space to allow your inner gaze to come into play. You can close the eyes, or you can just allow yourself to dive within. Really breathe deeply. One last breath here. On your inhale, really start to articulate through the spine, rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae and allowing the head to be the last thing to come up. From here, we're going to come back to lying flat on our backs to come into a supine twist. You can go back down the way you came up. If you rock and rolled up, you can rock and roll back down. It's one of my favorite things to do, so I highly recommend it. It's fun. At least it is for me. So if that's the way that you would like to do it, you can hug the knees into the chest, wrap your arms around the shins, sit up tall, and on the exhale, rock and roll up and down the spine. If not, you can find whichever way you find accessible to get there. Once there, lengthen that left leg out long, keep the right knee bent, extend the arms wide if you like, or come into cactus position arms. You can take the right knee, allow it to fall heavy over that left for a supine position. Gaze over the right shoulder. If you don't have the ability to gaze over the right shoulder, maybe you have a lot of stiffness in the neck, just look forward. Look up towards the ceiling. That's completely acceptable. Whatever is accessible to your body is where I want you to be. That is always the most important. Alignment and accessibility for your body. We're going to inhale, take that right knee through center. Exhale when you get there. Lengthen that right leg out long, draw the left knee in. Allow it to fall heavy over the right, arms can stay in the same position. Gaze over the left shoulder. Now the left foot can either be, like you can hook it behind that right leg, or it can be placed on top where the knee is. It's completely up to you. Once again, it's your body. You know what you need. Two more breaths here. Inhale, bring that left knee back through center. Exhale when you get there. Coming into happy baby, so we're going to take the feet up towards the ceiling. Sitting bones up towards the ceiling, clasp either the outside or the inside edges of the feet, really drawing the sitting bones up towards that ceiling. And you can either stay here, or you can even Sway side to side, opening up one foot to the left maybe, and then the other foot to your right, really embodying this pose. Finding a nice gentle sway, massaging the lower back. It's completely up to you. If this is not a comfortable position for you, you can find one that is. Maybe it's just hugging the knees into the chest, swaying side to side. Keeping that length in the back of the neck. Good. Release the feet back down towards the mat, transitioning into Shavasana now. So we will extend the legs out long. Allow the feet to flop open. Arms are going to come wide. I will walk you through a little guided Shavasana, and then I'll have you on your way to Shavasana. Soften the gaze and close the eyes. Really start to come within. I want you to really imagine a really soft, subtle white light starting at the crown of the head. This soft white light starts to melt away any stress, any tension, any blockages that may be within the body. It drifts down the back of the skull and the front of the face, softening everything all the way down the back of the neck, in the throat. It now reaches the shoulders, the pectoral muscles. It glides down the arms on either side and through the fingertips, circling back up, raising the armpits, coming back to the center of the chest and onto the back. It radiates such a nice, soft, warm heat. All you can do is relax. It'll now transition down into the hips, making them heavy into the mat. As it flows down through the quads and the hamstrings and the glutes, you feel a sense of release in the body. It moves on now to the calves and the kneecaps and the fronts of the shins. They too are now heavy into the mat, followed by the ankles. And it finds its end at the feet and the toes. And now your body is fully encompassed in this white light, this soft, radiant white light encompasses your body and guides you to a peaceful, soft rest in Shavasana.